2,600 feet beneath the North Atlantic, something moves through the darkness. Not swims, moves. A grotesque balloon of flesh the size of a human fist, drifting like a ghost through water, so cold it should freeze, so pressurized it should crush. From her forehead, a fishing rod grows, a spine modified over millions of years into a lure, tipped with living bacteria that glow with bioluminescent light. She is hunting. She is always hunting, because in this place, food arrives not regularly, but randomly. And when it comes, hesitation means starvation. But look closer. Hanging from her belly, fused into her flesh like a tumor, is something that was once independent, something that was once alive in any meaningful sense. A male, no larger than your thumb. His eyes have dissolved. His mouth has vanished. His organs have been absorbed. All that remains is a sperm-producing appendage, permanently grafted to his mate, sustained by her blood, existing only to fertilize her eggs when she commands. This is sexual parasitism, the most extreme mating strategy ever documented in vertebrates. This is the anglerfish, and once you understand what it truly is, you'll never think of evolution the same way again. The first humans to encounter preserved anglerfish specimens thought they were looking at deformities, at parasites attached to otherwise normal fish. In 1920, an Icelandic fisheries biologist pulled up a dead female anglerfish from the deep Atlantic. Attached to her body was what he assumed to be some kind of parasitic growth. He preserved it, labeled it, and moved on. It took decades before scientists realized the horrifying truth. That parasite was her mate, a male anglerfish, permanently fused to her body, their tissues merged, their circulatory systems connected, their immune systems somehow preventing the rejection that would kill any organ transplant in humans. The discovery rewrote our understanding of what's possible in biological reproduction. Because what anglerfishes do show, their mating strategy violates fundamental rules of immunology, of individual identity, of what it means to be a separate living organism. Yet here they are, thriving in the deepest parts of our oceans, having perfected this nightmare romance over millions of years. The evolutionary history of anglerfishes reads like a descent into madness. 200 species exist today, distributed across all the world's oceans, from shallow coastal waters to the Hadal Zone 7,000 meters down. But they didn't start in the abyss. Fossil evidence and genetic analysis reveal that anglerfish ancestors lived in shallow waters, walking along the seafloor on modified pelvic fins, their bodies built for a world of sunlight and abundant food. Then, between 50 and 35 million years ago, something changed. Earth entered a period of extreme global warming. Ocean temperatures spiked. Ecosystems collapsed. The midnight zone, the region below 1,000 meters where sunlight cannot penetrate, suddenly became prime real estate, emptied of competition, a vast frontier waiting to be colonized. And the anglerfishes answered the call. But transitioning to the deep sea required more than courage. It demanded fundamental biological reimagining. The midnight zone is Earth's largest ecosystem, covering more area than all continents combined, yet it's simultaneously the most homogeneous. Imagine searching for a mate in a space the size of Asia, in absolute darkness, where the nearest member of your species might be kilometers away in any direction, and you can't see, can't hear from water thick as syrup, can't even smell effectively because chemical signals dissipate in the vastness. This is the mate-finding problem that drove anglerfish evolution toward its bizarre solution. Shallow water anglerfish species exhibit normal mating. Males and females meet, spawn, separate. Deeper dwelling species show temporary attachment. Males bite females during mating, hold on for hours or days, then release and swim away. But in the deepest dwelling species, the ones that penetrated the midnight zone most completely, attachment became permanent. The male's bite transformed from temporary grip into a lifelong fusion. Evolution had discovered that in the vastness of the abyss, once you find a mate, you never let go. The female anglerfish is a master masterpiece of deep-sea adaptation, a creature so perfectly designed for its nightmare habitat that every aspect of her anatomy tells a story of pressure and darkness and starvation. Her body is globular, all head and stomach, optimized to store calories in an environment where the next meal might not arrive for weeks. Her mouth is enormous, crescent-shaped, lined with transparent fangs that curve inward like the bars of prison. She can unhinge her jaw like a snake, her stomach capable of expanding to swallow prey larger than herself. Because in the deep sea, you don't pass up any meal, regardless of size. You eat everything you encounter, and you digest it slowly, extracting every possible calorie. But her most famous feature is the Elysium, the fishing rod that extends from her skull. This structure, unique to female anglerfish, is a highly modified dorsal spine, hollow and flexible, extending outward and down in front of her mouth. At its tip dangles the esca, a fleshy bulb containing chambers of bioluminescent bacteria. These bacteria, species of the genus Photobacterium and Vibrio, live in symbiosis with the anglerfish, fed and protected in exchange for their light. The glow they produce is cold, efficient, wavelengths in the blue-green spectrum that travel farthest through seawater. To prey swimming in the darkness, the lure appears as food, the glow of bioluminescent plankton, perhaps, or small jellyfish. They approach, curious, hungry, and in that moment of investigation, they seal their fate. The anglerfish remains motionless until prey touches her lure. Then she strikes, faster than the human eye can follow, her jaws exploding outward, creating a vacuum that sucks prey into her mouth before it can react. The whole sequence takes milliseconds. By the time the victim understands danger, it's already inside her stomach. Her eyes are small, nearly useless for detailed vision, but extremely sensitive to the faintest light. In the deep sea, even the dimmest bioluminescence stands out like a beacon. She doesn't need to see shapes or colors. She needs only to detect movement, to spot the flicker of another creature's bioluminescence, to track prey by its own attempts to survive. Her skin is black, velvety, absorbing nearly all light that touches it. This isn't for aesthetic purposes. It's camouflage. Any reflectiveness would betray her presence to potential prey or predators. In the darkness, she must be invisible except for her lure. A ghost hunter wielding a lantern made of bacteria. Now, consider the male. If the female is a nightmare, the male is a tragedy. Born as a miniature version of his sister, equipped with large eyes and an oversized olfactory system, his entire biology is optimized for a single purpose: find a female before he starves. Male anglerfishes don't hunt. They can't. Their jaws are weak, their stomachs underdeveloped. They rely entirely on the yolk sac from their larval stage, a finite energy supply that ticks down like a countdown to death. From the moment of birth, the male is in a race. His eyes scan the darkness for bioluminescent lures. His nostrils test the water constantly for pheromones, chemical signals released by females. When he detects that scent, a molecule of hope in 1 billion cubic meters of seawater, he swims toward it with desperate urgency. Because if he doesn't find her before his energy runs out, he will die alone in the darkness. When he finally encounters a female, relief must wash over his rudimentary nervous system. He has succeeded where most males fail. He has found salvation in the form of a creature 60 times his size. And so he bites. His sharp teeth puncture her skin, and in that moment, their fates intertwine forever. His saliva contains enzymes that begin breaking down the boundary between their tissues. Her immune system, remarkably, doesn't attack. In any other vertebrate, this tissue contact would trigger catastrophic rejection, the immune system identifying foreign cells and destroying them. But anglerfish have evolved something unprecedented. They've lost key components of their adaptive immune system, the T cells and B cells that normally recognize and eliminate foreign tissue. They've traded immune sophistication for mating success. And so the fusion proceeds. Over days and weeks, the male's face melts into the female's body. His skin fuses with hers. Blood vessels from both animals connect, forming a shared circulatory system. Nutrients from her bloodstream flow into him. His blood, carrying sperm cells, flows into her. His eyes, no longer needed, degenerate and are absorbed. His fins, useless now, wither away. His digestive system, made redundant by his parasitic existence, dissolves. His brain shrinks to the bare minimum needed to keep his testes functioning. What remains is barely recognizable as an individual organism. He has become an organ, a sperm-producing appendage, permanently grafted to his mate, utterly dependent, utterly transformed. He will never move independently again. He will never hunt. He will never make another choice. But he will reproduce, and in the mathematics of evolution, that's all that matters. Some female anglerfishes carry multiple males. The record is 8. 8 shriveled former individuals fused to a single female, their remnant bodies dangling from her flanks like grotesque decorations. Scientists theorize this increases fertilization success. With multiple males, she ensures adequate sperm supply, no matter how infrequently she spawns. She is a mobile sperm bank, surrounded by the hollow shells of her former suitors, each one a testament to the desperation of life in the abyss. Does she notice them? Does some rudimentary awareness register their presence? We don't know. Female anglerfishes have larger brains than males, but whether they possess anything resembling consciousness is unknowable. They may be purely reactive organisms, responding to stimuli without thought or awareness. Or they may experience some alien form of perception, swimming through the darkness with their fused mates, experiencing a reality we cannot imagine. The implications of anglerfish biology extend far beyond marine biology. Their immune system adaptations have caught the attention of transplant researchers because anglerfishes have solved a problem that plagues human medicine. When we transplant organs, the recipient's immune system recognizes the foreign tissue and attacks it. We counter this with immunosuppressive drugs that weaken the entire immune system, leaving patients vulnerable to infection. Anglerfishes have found a middle path. They've lost the adaptive immune system, but compensated by enhancing their innate immune system, the older, more general defense mechanisms that all animals possess. This allows them to accept their mates while still defending against bacterial and viral infections. Understanding exactly how they've achieved this balance could revolutionize organ transplantation, allowing grafts to succeed without the dangerous side effects of immunosuppression. Anglerfish reproduction begins when a female is ready to spawn. She doesn't decide this consciously. Hormonal signals, triggered perhaps by the accumulation of sufficient energy reserves or seasonal cues transmitted through subtle temperature or pressure changes in the deep ocean, initiate the process. Her ovaries swell with eggs, millions of them, each containing a complete genetic blueprint for a new anglerfish. She releases them not individually, but en masse, wrapped in a gelatinous sheet that can extend 10 meters or more. This egg veil, transparent and delicate, drifts in the currents, each egg suspended in its own tiny chamber like a cell in a vast honeycomb. The fused males, sensing the hormonal changes in her bloodstream, release sperm directly into her circulatory system. The sperm travel through her body and fertilize the eggs as she releases them. It's internal fertilization achieved through external fusion, a hybrid strategy that seems impossibly convoluted yet works perfectly. The fertilized eggs drift upward. Anglerfish larvae are pelagic, living in the upper ocean where food is abundant. This seems counterintuitive. Why would deep-sea creatures invest energy in larval stages that inhabit a completely different ecosystem? But it's brilliant. The deep sea is nutrient-poor. Raising young there would be impossible. Instead, anglerfishes outsource child-rearing to the productive surface waters. The larvae feed on plankton, grow rapidly, and only descend to the depths when they've matured enough to survive the transition. It's a life cycle that spans the entire ocean column, from surface to abyss, a vertical migration story that begins in abundance and ends in darkness. As juvenile anglerfishes descend, their bodies transform. Females begin developing their lures, the bacterial colonies establishing themselves in the esca through mechanisms still not fully understood. Males' eyes grow larger, their olfactory organs more sensitive, their bodies streamlined for searching. By the time they reach the midnight zone, their fates are sealed. The females will hunt until something larger eats them, or age finally catches them. The males will search until they find salvation or star trouble. And the cycle continues, as it has for millions of years, a dance of desperation and adaptation playing out. Scientists have captured anglerfish behavior on film only 3 times. The first footage, captured in 2016 off Portugal's São Jorge Island, showed a female Caulifrine Jordani drifting through the water column, her filamentous fin rays glowing with bioluminescence, each ray moving independently like the tentacles of a jellyfish. A male was attached to her body, tiny, the footage stunned researchers as it revealed structures never seen before. Those independently moving filaments, each equipped with its own muscles and nerves, each capable of sensing touch. When prey brushes against the many filament, anglerfish can turn instantly toward it's a three-dimensional sensory net, an early warning system that compensates for the behavior, and it suggests that anglerfishes are even more sophisticated. What drives a male anglerfish to willingly sacrifice his needs? Is there any volition involved, or is he simply following genetic programming so powerful it overrides all other impulses? We anthropomorphize at our parent. Male anglerfishes don't choose to attach any more than salmon choose to swim upstream to spawn. Evolution has optimized their biology so completely toward this single outcome that alternatives don't exist. A male anglerfish not attached to a female is a male anglerfish already dead, just waiting for the formality of starvation to catch up. His bite is not surrender. It's victory. He has accomplished the only thing his genetics demanded: find a mate and pass on his DNA. That his reward is dissolution. Transformation into a living appendage is irrelevant. He has won the evolutionary game. Female anglerfishes pay their own price. Every attached male is a metabolic burden. She must feed not just herself, but her parasites, her permanent passengers. In an environment where calories are precious, this seems like a terrible deal. But the alternative is worse. Without attached males, she couldn't reproduce. All the food she acquires, all the energy she invests in growth and survival, becomes evolutionarily meaningless if she can't pass on her genes. The males are expensive, yes, but they're the price of continuation. And evolution is ruthlessly efficient at calculating such costs. The fact that sexual parasitism persists proves it's worth it. Consider the journey of a single female anglerfish, hatched in the surface waters, drifting as a larva no larger than a grain of rice, feeding on microscopic plankton, growing, developing, beginning the long descent as a juvenile, swimming deeper each day, watching the light fade, feeling the pressure increase, entering realms where her ancestors never ventured, reaching the midnight zone, where darkness is absolute and eternal, beginning to hunt with her newly functional lure. Years pass, decades perhaps. How long do anglerfishes live? We don't know. No one has tracked a deep-sea anglerfish from birth to death. They're too rare, too inaccessible, existing in a realm humans can barely reach. But she survives. She hunts successfully enough to maintain her bulk. And one day, she feels something bite into her flank. A male, then another, then perhaps another. Their tissues merge with hers. She becomes a composite organism, a mobile colony, swimming through the darkness with her passengers, hunting for them all. Eventually, when she has stored sufficient energy, her body produces the hormonal cascade that triggers spawning. She releases her egg veil, and millions of potential offspring drift upward toward the light. Most will die. Predators will consume them. Currents will scatter them. Starvation will claim them. But a few will survive. A few will make the descent. A few will continue the cycle, and that's enough. The anglerfish forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about biological identity. When a male fuses with a female, does he die? His brain persists, albeit in diminished form. His testes continue producing sperm, but he's lost the ability to interact with the environment, lost sensory input, lost any capacity for independent action. Is that death? Or is it transformation into something new, a hybrid organism, neither fully male nor fully female, but a fusion of both? Biological definitions of individual identity break down when we examine anglerfishes. They challenge the notion that organisms are discrete, bounded entities. They demonstrate that under sufficient evolutionary pressure, the boundaries between self and other can dissolve entirely. Two individuals can become one, and that unified organism can be more successful than either would be alone. Some philosophers have used anglerfishes as thought experiments about consciousness and identity. If the male's brain persists after fusion, does he still experience anything we call subjective awareness? Can a brain the size of a grain of rice, reduced to managing only testicular function, still generate experience? Or does consciousness require a certain level of complexity, a threshold below which there's only mechanism without awareness? We have no way to know, but the question haunts, because if there's still some residual awareness in that shrunken brain, then the male anglerfish is living a nightmare we can barely imagine, trapped in flesh not his own, fed by blood not his own, existing only to produce sperm on demand, unable to move, or sense, or act, a prisoner forever. Yet his genes have succeeded. He has reproduced. From evolution's perspective, he has achieved perfection. The future of anglerfish research depends on technology advancing to the point where we can study these creatures in their natural habitat without killing them. Every specimen brought to the surface explodes from pressure change. Every dead anglerfish is a data point, but also a tragedy. We learn from their corpses, but we can never observe how they lived. New remotely operated vehicles, capable of reaching greater depths and equipped with better cameras and sensors, promise to reveal behaviors we've never witnessed. Perhaps we'll discover that anglerfishes have social structures we haven't imagined. Perhaps they communicate through bioluminescent signals or chemical releases we haven't detected. Perhaps their alien lives are even stranger than we've theorized. The deep sea guards its secrets zealously. We've explored less than 5% of the ocean. The remaining 95% remains almost entirely unknown. And in that darkness, anglerfishes drift, hunting and mating and surviving in ways that evolution spent 50 million years perfecting. What can humans learn from creatures so alien? Perhaps the most important lesson is humility. We think we understand biology, think we've cataloged life's possibilities. Then we discover anglerfishes, and our assumptions crumble. Life is far more creative, far more willing to experiment with extreme solutions than we ever imagined. Sexual parasitism seems impossible, violates rules we thought fundamental. Yet here it is, working perfectly, proven by millions of years of success. Evolution doesn't care about our sensibilities, our ideas of normalcy, our comfort with biological processes. It cares only about what works. And sometimes what works is horrifying. Sometimes the solution to a problem is a nightmare. But it's a solution that succeeds, and that's all evolution asks. In the end, the anglerfish is neither monster nor miracle. It's simply a survivor, a lineage that faced the impossible challenge of reproducing in Earth's largest, emptiest, darkest ecosystem and found a way. That way required sacrifice we find disturbing. It required transforming mates into parasites, individuals into organs, independence into permanent fusion. But worked, and so they persist, drifting through the midnight zone, fishing with bacterial light, fusing with their partners, releasing their eggs into the currents. They don't know they're strange. They don't know we find them disturbing. They simply are. And perhaps that's the deepest truth of all. In the abyss, there is no judgment. There is only survival. And the anglerfish, with all its grotesque adaptations and female waits, and somewhere in the vast expanse of the deep sea, a male follows a chemical trail, swimming desperately toward his fate. When he finds her, he will bite down. He will fuse. He will dissolve. And he will have succeeded at the only task evolution gave him. In a midnight